Why is butter pronounced butter in America, but butter in the UK? Why are bet and bat difficult to distinguish in American English? Why is the difference between cap and cab so difficult to hear? Keep watching this video to find out. Hi everybody and welcome back to Rude English. My name's Ed and I'm here to help you achieve your pronunciation goals. In this video I want to discuss allophones and how they can help us to understand different accents. But first, let's clarify the difference between phonetics and phonemics. Phonetics is the study of all sounds in all languages. The International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA, was developed as a way to categorize these sounds, and each sound has its own unique IPA symbol. So the rhotic R sound used in English is represented by this phonetic symbol, whereas the tapped R sound used in Spanish is represented by this phonetic symbol. In contrast, phonemics is the study of sounds within a particular language. It uses symbols similar to the IPA to categorize these sounds, but the symbols are often simplified to make them easier to understand. So the rhotic R sound used in English is represented by this phonemic symbol. More importantly, phonemic symbols represent a range of possible sounds, which can be interpreted as a single phoneme by the listener. So although most English speakers use the rhotic R sound, some people from Celtic nations such as Scotland use a tapped R sound similar to Spanish. Despite this, both sounds are represented by the same phonemic symbol, because native speakers interpret both sounds as the same phoneme. If we didn't, we wouldn't be able to understand people with different accents. Consequently, you can think of phonemics as being more general than phonetics, because each phoneme represents a range of possible sounds. The sounds within this range are known as allophones, and they're the result of phonological interference and social and cultural differences. In other words, phonemes vary according to the words we use and our accents. For example, when a consonant sound appears before the W sound, it's often labialized, which means the sound is modified slightly by our rounded lips. Compare the S sound at the beginning of switch with the S sound at the beginning of seat. Switch. Seat. A similar thing happens when plosives appear before the Y sound, but in this case they are palatized, which means the tongue is raised towards the roof of our mouth. Compare the P sound in pure with the P sound in park. Pure. Park. Plosives contain lots of allophones, and unvoiced plosives are often aspirated at the beginning of syllables, which means we use more breath. So if I hold my hand in front of my face and say pig, I can feel more air against my hand compared to when I say stop. Pig, stop. Similarly, voiced plosives are only partially voiced at the end of words, making it difficult to distinguish the difference between words like cab and cap. When one plosive appears after another plosive, the first sound isn't released, giving the impression that there is just one sound. So rabid dog sounds like rabid dog. This process is better known as elision or gemination in connected speech. The positions of consonants may move forwards or backwards depending on the sounds that precede or follow them. So the t sound in train sounds more like the ch sound, because our tongue is already moving back in the mouth in anticipation of the r sound. This process is better known as assimilation in connected speech. Vowels frequently change in different accents by becoming more open or closed, or more forward or back in the mouth. Vowels in American English are typically more closed than vowels in British English, making words like bet and bat difficult to distinguish in American English. Finally, all vowels are shortened before unvoiced consonants, so the E sound in beat sounds slightly shorter than the E sound in bead. Beat, bead. These are just some of the common allophones which occur in English, but in reality there are infinite number of allophones because nobody produces two sounds exactly the same. Some allophones occur in specific places, such as the light L sound at the beginning of words such as long, and the dark L sound at the end of words such as wool. These are called complementary allophones, and if we swap them, they are still interpreted as the same phoneme by the listener, but they sound slightly strange. This is why people have accents, because they are using allophones which are interpreted correctly and understood, but sound slightly different. Other allophones can be used without changing the way a word is perceived. These are called free variant allophones, and they essentially go unnoticed by the listener. A common example of this is the t sound in butter, which is often replaced by a glottal stop sound in the UK, butter, and a tapped sound in the US, butter. All of these sounds are interpreted as the t phoneme by the listener, and none of them sound strange, but they may reflect the social and cultural background of the speaker. Basically, our accents tell the speaker where we're from. You're probably thinking, does this mean I have to learn hundreds of different allophones instead of just 44 phonemes? And the answer is no, absolutely not. As long as you use a sound which is an identifiable allophone of an appropriate phoneme, you will be understood. Any difference between the allophone you choose and that of a native speaker will simply be perceived as part of your accent, and there's nothing wrong with accents. It's impractical and usually unnecessary to aim for native level pronunciation. However, allophones can help you to identify significant pronunciation problems caused by interference from your native language. For example, two sounds may exist as allophones in your native language, but they may be considered separate phonemes in English, or vice versa. By identifying these big differences, you can quickly improve your pronunciation and avoid some common problems. Finally, understanding allophones can help prepare you for the wide variety of accents found in English. English is a global language, and as more people speak it from more diverse backgrounds, both students and native speakers need to learn to identify and adapt to new allophones. After all, we can't expect someone from Asia to have the same accent as someone from Africa. Well, that's the end of the lesson. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe for more educational videos in the future. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.